اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت من الجن والإنس وما أنت خالقه إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد أنفاسهم وألفاظهم وألحاظهم من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد طيران الجن والملائكة من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد الطيور والهوام وعدد الوحوش والآكام في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد الأحياء والأموات. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما أظلم عليه الليل وأشرق عليه النهار من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد من يمشي على رجلين ومن يمشي على أربع من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد من صلى عليه من الجن والإنس والملائكة من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد من لم يصل عليه. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما يجب أن يصلى عليه. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما ينبغي أن يصلى عليه. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد حتى لا يبقى شيء من الصلاة عليه. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد في الأولين وصل على سيدنا محمد في الآخرين. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد في الملأ الأعلى إلى يوم الدين. ما شاء الله لا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. وأسألك اللهم بالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا آدم عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا نوح عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا هود عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إبراهيم عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا صالح عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يونس عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا أيوب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يعقوب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يوسف عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا موسى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا هارون عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا شعيب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إسماعيل عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا داود عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا سليمان عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا زكريا عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يحيى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا أرميا عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا شعياء عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إلياس عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا اليسع عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا ذو الكفل عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يوشع عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا عيسى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وعلى جميع النبيين والمرسلين أن تصلي على سيدنا محمد نبيك عدد ما خلقته من قبل أن تكون السماء مبنية والأرض مدحية والجبال مرسية والبحار مجرأة والعيون منفجرة والأنهار منهمرة والشمس مضحية والقمر مضيئا والكواكب مستنيرة، كنت حيث كنت لا يعلم أحد حيث كنت إلا أنت وحدك لا شريك لك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد حلمك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد علمك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كلماتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد نعمتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء سماواتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء أرضك، وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء عرشك، وصل على سيدنا محمد زينة عرشك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما جرى به القلم في الكتاب، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت في 7 سماواتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما أنت خالق فيهن إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل قطرة قطرت من سماواتك إلى أرضك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد من يسبحك ويهللك ويكبرك ويعظمك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد أنفاسهم وألفاظهم، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل نسمة خلقتها فيهم من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على
Resul-i Ekrem ve Nebi Muhterem sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem Efendimiz Hazretlerinin aziz, pak, münevver, mutahhar ruh şeriflerine salavat-ı şerifi getirenlerin ahir ve akıbetleri hayrola. Âl-i ezvacı, tahiret evladı, Resul-i Esad efendilerimizin vesaire enbiya zem ve Resulü fiyan hazirat-ı envâ şeriflerine Pirimiz Bilal Habeş radıyallahu anh Efendimizin, Şeyhimiz SahibulSaif Şeyh Abdulkerim el-Kibrisi Rabbani Hazretlerinin ve alel husus bu caminin banisi ve bugüne kadar içerisinden gelmiş geçmiş imam mezzin kaymlarının ve kahve ehli imanın ervahı için Allah rızası için El Fatiha. Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. İnnallâhe ve melâiketehu yusallûne alen-nebi. Ya eyyühellezîne âmenû sallu aleyhi ve sellimu teslîmâ. Allahümme la ilahe illallah. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah. Eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah. Eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah. Hayya ale's-salâh. Hayya ale's-salâh. Hayya alel-felâh. Hayya alel-felâh. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. La ilahe illallah.
Elhamdülillah, elhamdülillah, elhamdülillahi rabbil alemin. Ve salatu ve selamu ala Resulina Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ecmain. Nahmadullah Teala ve nestağfiruhu en la ilahe illallah vahdehu la şerike leh. Neşhedü enne seyyidina Muhammeden abduhu ve habibuhu ve resuluhu sallallahu aleyhi ve ala alihi ve ezvacihi ve sahabi tabi khulafa'ir raşidin mahdin min ba'di. Ve zerramete ala tahkik ve zemmete ala ameti khulafa Resulü ala tahkik. Umar el-Mu'minin Hazreti Ebu Bakr, Umar, Osman ve Ali ve ala bakri sahabi tabi'in ridvanullah ta'ala aleyhim ecmain. Ya eyyuhel mu'minul hazirun itakullah ta'ala ve innallah hamellezine tekvallezine hum muhsinun. Elhamdülillahi rabbil alemin. Salatu ve selamu ala eşrafil enbiya ve mursalin seyyidina Mevlana Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ecmain. All praises are due to Allah. All praises are due to Allah, Lord of the universes. All praises are due to Allah, who says in the Holy Quran, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, that closer and closer to mankind comes their accounting, but they are in ghaflat about it, and they are turning away. Never does a new reminder come to them from their Lord, except that they listen to it while they play, with their hearts distracted. And the wrongdoers hide their private conversations when they say, "Isn't this prophet just a human like you? Are you going to approach magic with your eyes open?" The Prophet ﷺ says, "My Lord knows what is spoken in the heaven and the earth. He is the hearer, the knower." Sadaqallah al-Azim. And may all peace and blessings be upon the greatest intercessor, Sayyidina Muhammad ﷺ. Peace be upon you, Ya Rasulullah. Peace be upon you, Ya Habibullah. Peace be upon you, O our Master Muhammad ibn Abdullah. Peace be upon you and your pure, good family. Peace be upon you and your wives, the mothers of the believers. Peace be upon you and all your companions. Peace be upon us and on the righteous servants of Allah. May peace and blessings be upon the four Khulafa Rashidin, Hazreti Abu Bakr Siddiq, Hazreti Umar al-Faruq, Hazreti Osman al-Ghani, and Hazreti Ali al-Murtaza. May peace and blessings be upon the Mashaykh of the most distinguished Nakshibendi way. May peace and blessings be upon all the Khulafa and Sultans, especially upon the Ghazi Sultans from the house of Osman, and upon all those who follow their way and hold their honor high until the last hour. Ya ayyuhal mu'minun, O believers, today is Yamul Jummah, the most blessed day of the week, and we have now just entered into the holy month of Zul Hijj, the month of the Hajj. All praises are due to our Lord who let us pass through Rajab and Sha'ban and Ramazan and Shawwal and Zul Qaida, and has now led us to enter into the last month of the year, the blessed month of Zul Hijj. Muslims, we have forgotten our holy days and holy nights. We are only remembering our celebration days and celebration nights of this dunya. We wait and we enter into the days of this dunya with our hearts open, celebrating with the rest of the dunya. But the holy days and holy nights, we have become sad and dull, and we have become forgotten. So we have lost the blessings that are raining down from Allah Zul Jalal during these times of mercy and forgiveness. O believers, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our Lord, is calling these the greatest days of the year. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is swearing an oath by these days. In Surah Al-Fajr, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, by the dawn, by the 10 nights. Sadaqallah al-Azim. And Hazrat Ibn Abbas said that this oath is talking about the first 10 days of Zul Hijjah, the days that we are in. These days, they are not regular, normal days. These are days that are praised by the Prophet. He is saying in a Hadith Sharif, there are no deeds as excellent as done in these first 10 days of Zul Hijjah. The Sahabis asked, not even struggling in the way of Allah? He ﷺ said, no, not even struggling in the way of Allah, except for the man who goes out putting his life and wealth in danger and returns with nothing. And the Holy Prophet ﷺ, who is the guide to the straight path, is telling us how to gain Allah's happiness in these days, saying, there are no days that are as great as these 10 days in the sight of Allah, nor are there any deeds more beloved to Allah than those that are done in these 10 days. So increase in tahleel, in the zikr of La ilaha illallah, and in takbir, saying Allahu Akbar, and in tahmid, saying Alhamdulillah. La ilaha illallah wa Allahu Akbar, walhamdulillah. During the time of the Sahabi Kiram, the whole of Medina was filled with the sounds of zikr. Today, zikr is forbidden in the masjids of Allah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, who is a more tyrant, the greater tyrant, than that one who forbids the zikr of Allah in his masjids? Imam al-Bukhari reports that Hazrat Umar al-Faruq radiallahu anh used to start making the zikr of takbir from the mimbar in Mina, and when the people in the masjid heard Hazrat Umar, they would start making takbir, and then the people in the bazaar would hear them and start making takbir, and then the sounds of takbir would echo throughout Mina. And the first 10 days of Zul Hijjah, Hazrat Ibn Umar and Hazrat Abu Hurairah would walk through the bazaar making takbir, and the whole bazaar would join them in making a zikr. This is all reported in Bukhari. Why are these days so special? One of the greatest scholars of Islam, Hafiz ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, is saying the most obvious reason for the 10 days of Zul Hijjah being highest for the excellence is because the greatest acts of worship all come together in this period. Meaning prayer, fasting, charity, and Hajj. In no other time do these great deeds all come together. Zul Hijjah, the special quality of this month is in its name, the month of Hajj, the fifth pillar of Islam. Do we think that Hajj is just booking a plane ticket, paying for a Hajj group, following a tour guide, circling the Kaaba a few times, sitting in the Tower Hotel with our feet facing the Kaaba, taking selfies non-stop and coming home? Is that Hajj? That is the Hajj of the 21st century Muslims. As the Ottomans say, the donkey who circles around the Kaaba 7 times does not come back as a Haji. Do we think that the people who make that kind of Hajj are the kind of people that are mentioned in the Hadith Sharif? When the Prophet says, alayhi wasalam, the ones striving in the cause of Allah, and the one performing Hajj, and the one performing Umrah are all the delegation of Allah. He calls them, and they respond to His call, and they ask Him, and He answers their calling. Can we say that the modern tourist Hajj is the one that the Holy Prophet is talking about? When he said, whoever performs Hajj and does not commit any obscenity or passing of limits will return like he was on the day his mother gave birth to him. The Hajj that we have been performing, especially since the fall of the Khilafat, especially since the Haramain has been taken over by the enemies of the Prophet. This is not the real Hajj. Our Shaykh, SahibulSaif, Shaykh Abdulkerim al-Kibrisi Rabbani Qadasasir is saying, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, it is my right on you to come to visit my house. Not to think that Allah is sitting inside that house, but He's saying to us through the spiritual meaning, that is my house, Baytullah, Allah's house. Come, east and west, north and south, wherever you are, come to visit my house there. And alhamdulillah, these days are the days that so many people went there, and some are preparing to go there. But preparing to go there on the one side, and people are not leaving the slavery of the world on the other. Yahoo, you have 3 days or 4 days left to go. Leave the slavery of the world. Prepare yourself. Prepare. Sit down and think a little bit. What am I going to do there? How am I going to? This is not a vacation you're going there for. People are not preparing themselves for Hajj. And they are getting into that excitement wagon, saying, I'm going to go there. And running around like idiots, again left and right. Allah is teaching patience there, saying, come, be patient. Look what's happening and enter into that white clothes, ihram. Think and remember that you are entering into that grave and you are getting up for the judgment day. If you leave the slavery of the world, then you're going to understand something there. Look at the placement of Zul Hijj and look at the timing of Hajj. Zul Hijj is the conclusion of the whole year. Everything is building up to that. Everything is building up to that. The Hajj, it is the last one. It is the final one from the pillars of Islam that we complete our religion. The Hajj, it is the last of the 10 days of Zul Hijj. The Hajj, it is meant to be the total, the culmination. It is meant to be a conclusion. It is meant to be the flowering, the blooming of all the work of our lives. There is nothing else after that. We're going to Allah's house, as Shaykh Efendi is saying, as a symbol of returning to our Lord. What is the return to Allah? Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. The door to return to Allah is death. And the Hajj, for anyone who looks, it must be a rehearsal for death. It is a rehearsal for death. The ihram is our coffin, our funeral shroud. When we wear the ihram, it has become haram to us. What has become haram to us? This world is forbidden to us. The man who has entered into the state of ihram, just according to the rules of fiqh, he starts to imitate a dead body. A person in ihram cannot hunt. He cannot wear sewn clothes. He cannot cut his nails. He cannot cut his hair. He cannot be with his wife. He cannot cut a tree. He cannot fight. He cannot even put a nice smell on his body. He is dead. Who is teaching this? Who are teaching these lessons? No more. Finished. Imams to sheikhs to alims, they've become slaves to this dunya. When the Hajj time comes, it is nothing but an opportunity to show off how many murids you have, to collect how much money you have, and to go there and to make connections with the people of the dunya. The man in ihram is showing openly the death of his ego. The man in ihram, the dead body, his desires are dead. His ego is dead. The dunya is dead. The shaitan is dead to him now. Only his spirit is alive and is watching everything. The man in ihram is showing openly the death of his ego, and he is living as a person who is in submission to his Lord. So the real Hajj teaches a man how to die before he dies. Hazreti Ali Hujwiri Kadazasir is explaining the reality of Hajj, saying, the reality of the rituals of Hajj is like this. Wearing ihram means giving up all of your bad. Staying in Arafat means being busy with the love of your Lord. Going to Muzdalifah is showing that you're giving up the desires of your ego. Tawaf means seeking nearness to Allah. Going back to Mina means forgetting the desires of your own heart. Running between Safa and Marwa means purifying your heart and your soul. Cutting Qurban means sacrificing your ego. Throwing stones at the Jamarat means throwing away all your bad companions. If you don't do these things and learn these lessons from the Hajj, then your Hajj will make no difference to you, and you will be aimless. And your Hajj will be an aimless and useless show. This is the Hajj that has been lost for the Ummah today. And this is the Hajj that we should be running after. And the Hajj itself is incomplete without cutting the Qurban. So a person does tawaf, he goes to Muzdalifah, he goes to Mina, he runs between Safa and Marwa, he presents himself as a dead person before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but the Hajj is not complete without the Qurban. And that Qurban, as our Shaykh is telling us, it is representing the sacrifice of our ego. Until that ego is sacrificed, the Hajj is not complete. What is the dua that the Hajjis say before cutting the Qurban? They say the dua of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam when he said, "As for me, I have set my face firmly and truly towards Him who created the heavens and the earth, and never shall I give partners to Allah. Verily, my worship and my sacrifice, my living and my dying are for Allah, Lord of the worlds. O Allah, this sacrifice is from you and is for you." Look at the beauty of these words. That is the culmination of the real Hajj, the Qurban of the nafs. And once that nafs, it has been sacrificed, then that real life starts, where you come as a newborn person, spreading that blessing to the rest of the world. Ghawsul Azam Shaykh Abdulkerim is talking about this real life, saying, you will be dead to yourself, but alive in Allah. Your heart will become His house. He turns it as He pleases, and your heart will be transferred to the Kaaba of His nearness. You will hold fast to its covering cloth, always remembering Him, praising Him, and forgetting about anything else. Today the key to paradise is saying, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Tomorrow the key to paradise is to die to your ego and anything besides your Lord, while being careful of the borders of the Shariat. Being near to Allah Almighty is the paradise of the true believers, and distance from Him is their hell. They seek no other paradise, and they fear no other hell. We are walking on the way of the awliya, who are walking on the way of the Sahabe Kiram, who are walking on the way of the prophets, and they all are saying to us, die before you die. You must die before you die. We have the breath of life in these blessed days. We must run. We must learn at least. We must learn how to submit our egos back to Allah. Because if we do not spend our breath of life correctly in this world, we're going to be in deep regret in Akhirat. SahibulSaif is saying, Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, anyone who believes in Allah and His Prophet, anyone who believes in Allah and His Prophet, if they die with that faith, they will enter to paradise. And Zayd, radiallahu anh, he lived a very, very, very clean life. That Sahabi. He has never known anything wrong. He never did anything wrong. And he said, Ya Rasulullah, if they are doing crimes, they are still going to enter to paradise. He, alayhi salatu wasalam, said, if they are doing crimes, and if they go out from this world with that shahadat, they are still going to enter paradise. Hazrat Zayd was more surprised and said, Ya Rasulullah, if they are doing adultery, they are still going to go to paradise. He, alayhi salatu wasalam, said, if they are doing adultery and they are asking forgiveness from Allah and they go out from this world with the shahadat, they are still entering into that paradise. Hazrat Zayd was a bit more surprised, like he was trying to think, how can it be? And asking more and asking more. And the Holy Prophet was saying, even if Zayd doesn't like it, they are going to enter to paradise. But their paradise will be different from Zayd's paradise. And if we're entering to that fire one time, there's a big trouble. It is a big trouble. By the time you come out of that trouble, it may take centuries. Not one day, not 1 year, thousands and thousands of years in that fire, in that punishment. In Akhirat, some believers are sorry and they are sad. When they are laying down in their place and they are watching their paradises and they are seeing higher paradises, they are asking, saying, who does this belong to? How come I didn't reach there? And the angels will say to them, you were busy with so many malayani. You spent your time, your breath of life with nonsense. You just got this paradise. If you were more busy with Allah, made more zikr, gave more salawat to the Holy Prophet, you'll be reaching to these higher stations. So he will be very sorry too, except the salihin, the righteous people and the awliya. We entered through one door and we'll be going out through the other. We came from Allah and we're going back to Allah. We came from Allah clean to this world. We must go back clean. If we are not going back to Allah, that's what the grave is going to do to us. If we are not going back to Allah clean, the grave will clean us. That's how we're going to be clean on the Judgment Day. If it's not enough, we will be cleaned in the hellfire. Don't leave it for tomorrow. Keep it today. Because the Holy Prophet ﷺ said, the one who leaves today's job for tomorrow, he will be perished. He will lose. We must take the orders of the Holy Prophet ﷺ in the same level as the Quran Karim that Allah is ordering us with. If you are shaky on that, then you are shaky with the ayats of Allah. And then your faith is very low. These words are for you and for me. Inshallah, we're asking our Lord Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the first Jummah of Zul Hijj to make us to be from those who are counted as preparing to return to Him, to visit His house, to leave aside our dunya and our desires, to sacrifice our ego and to earn His pleasure. We're asking to be in the caravan of the awliya Allah that are walking to the haram through the secret roads. We're asking to be in the association of our Shaykh. Ameen. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. La ilaha illa wa la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك والحمد لله شيء قدير لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له الملك والحمد لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك والحمد لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك كنت من الظالمين لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك كنت من الظالمين سبح قدوس ربنا رب الملائكة سبح قدوس ربنا رب الملائكة سبح قدوس ربنا إن دين عند الله الإسلام قام الصلاة اللهم صل
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله Eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah, eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah. Hayya aleyhisselam, hayya aleyhisselam, hayya aleyhisselam, hayya aleyhisselam. Ve diyâme selâtu ve diyâme selâ. Allahu ekber, Allahu ekber, la ilahe illallah. Resulina Seyyidina Mevlana Muhammedin selavat. Estağfurullah, subhanallah ve elhamdülillahi ve la ilahe illallah ve allahu ekber ve la havle ve la kuvvete illa billahil azim. Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ve ila kulli ma'dun la ilahe illa ve rahmanirrahim. Allahu la ilahe illa ve la ilahe kayyum. Zülcelali ve kemali subhaneke azim. Subhanallah. Ala nimetil İslam ve şerefli iman. Daimen elhamdülillah. Teala şenhu ve la ilahe gayrallahu ekber. Allahu ekber kebira velhamdülillahi kesira ve subhanahu ve temmasila. La ilahe illallah ve allahu ve la şerike le. Levül mülk ve levül hamdü ve huve ala kulli şeyin kadir. Subhane rabbil aliyyil vehhab.
Elhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. El-Fatiha.
Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Amene Resulü bima unzile ileyhi min Rabbi vel mu'minun. Kullun amene billahi ve melaiketihi ve kütübihi ve rusulihi. La nüferru beyne ahadin min rusuli ve gâlu semina ve atâna ufranike Rabbena ve ileykel masir. La yükellifullahu nefsen illa mus'aha leha ma kesebet ve aleyha ma iktesebet. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا وأخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين آمنا بالله صدق الله العظيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Kul huvallahu ahad Allahu samed. Lem yelid ve lem yulad ve lem yekun lahu kufuwan ahad. Allahu ekber. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Kul huvallahu ahad Allahu samed. Lem yelid ve lem yulad ve lem yekun lahu kufuwan ahad. Allahu ekber. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Kul a'udhu birabbil falak min şerri ma halak ve min şerri gasikin izâ vakab ve min şerri neffâsâti fil ukâd ve min şerri hasidin izâ hasad. Allahu ekber. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Kul a'udhu birabbin nâs, malikin nâs, ilâhin nâs, min şerril vesvâsil hannâs, ellezî yuvesvisu fî sudûrin nâs, minel cinneti ven nâs. Allahu ekber. La ilahe illallah, la ilahe illallah, la ilahe illallah, la ilahe illallah, la ilahe illallah, la ilahe illallah, la ilahe illallah, la ilahe illallah, la ilahe illallah. La ilahe illallah Seyyidina Mevlana Muhammed Resulullah sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem. Allahümme salli ala Muhammedin ve ala ali Muhammedin ve sellem. Allahümme salli ala Muhammedin ve ala ali Muhammedin ve sellem. Allahümme salli ala Muhammedin ve ala ali Muhammedin ve sellem. Allahümme salli ala Muhammedin ve ala ali Muhammedin سيدنا محمد الصلوات على أكمل العالمين سيدنا محمد الصلوات صلوات الله تعالى وملائكته وأنبيائه ورسوله وجميع كلام محمد وعلى آل محمد عليه السلام ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته رضي الله تبارك وتعالى سادنا أصحاب رسول الله أجمعين وعن تابعين بإحسان والمجتهدين المهدين ولمن متكملين الأنبياء الصالحين وإلى مشايخنا بتركة الأكشمانية العليا قدس الله تعالى أرواحهم زكيا من ور الله تعالى بارك ور الله تعالى بركاتهم في ذاتهم دائما والحمد لله رب العالمين.
الفاتحة. فاتحة.
اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. الله أكبر ولله الحمد. الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. الله أكبر ولله الحمد. الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. الله أكبر ولله الحمد.
فاتحة.
Biz Osmanlıyız.
Biz Osmanlıyız.
Tek şanlıyız.
Tek şanlıyız.
Tekbir.
Allahu Ekber.
Tekbir.
Allahu Ekber.
Tekbir.
Allahu Ekber.
ولله الحمد. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. Jumu'ah Mubarak. If there's anything you want to say, say. If there's anything you want to ask, ask. Say something that is going to benefit you and others, or else keep silent. Stay away from Malayani. Stay away from things that don't concern you. It is a sign that Allah does not love you if you're busy with Malayani. Stay away from that. How are you going to know what is Malayani and what is not? What is knowledge that is not beneficial to you and what is knowledge beneficial to you? It's so easy. You have a guide. Ask. Follow. You'll win. The one who consults, he never fails. You have a guide, you're not consulting with him. You're declaring yourself to be a guide. It'll be a little bit of a problem. May Allah make us to be always under the feet of our Shaykh. Inshallah. May Allah forgive us in these days. Make us to be busy with him and his beloved ones. Al-Fatiha. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. Bismillah. there'll be difficulty, there's going to be ease. After every sickness, there's going to be more strength that is coming. That's what's going to happen. Alright? The reason. So, what do we have? Any questions? How are you? Yes, Mubarak.
I have a couple of questions, Shaykh. My first question is, being alone, what can I do when I'm alone to keep my connection stronger? And what is the adab kind of? I watched you talk about the wisdom of it, and that that's the way.
If you are sincere enough, you're not going to be alone.
Okay.
If you're strong and you're patient, Allah will not leave you alone. Then you're going to understand that you're not alone. If it's necessary, He's going to pull you up from that aloneness to be with the Jamaat. But you cannot just be in a Jamaat like an idiot. I don't have too much time these days to train anyone. You understand?
Yes, sir.
You have enough already. You know what you're supposed to do, you know what you're not supposed to do. I don't have too much time to babysit you.
Okay.
Doing wrong things. Non-stop. Then he got married. Then after some days, when he got married, he died. They put him in the grave. His punishment started non-stop because he was a disobedient one. Non-stop punishment was happening to him. There is a saint in that village. This is the thing also. Imagine living in a village where there are known saints. You understand? Like we live in an area and then we know there's one holy one, one holy one, one holy one there. How much protection and satisfaction you will have. Not just to live with this police, State Department, troopers, this, but to know. We have all of that, but to know there's a holy person here, holy person here, holy person here. And everyone in that village now is going from time to time asking for prayers. Time to time, you do wrong things, you say, what can I do? Let me just make one cake and give it to him. He pray, and then I get his prayer, then it's going to be okay. You understand? How much mercy that is, right? Instead of just fumbling along, falling, just thinking you are by yourself, you're alone with no one to help you, which is what's happening, thinking I have to pray more, pray more, pray more. So anyway, there was a saint that was in that village, and he saw him in punishment, heavy, because the saints, they are responsible for that area too. They're not going to be Malayaniti responsible for any other areas unless it's given to them, but they are in that. They are looking to see who's there, who's buried, who's passed, who is coming, taking care, just like how the prophets, they would take care of the ummah. Asking Allah always for their sake. Then, before you know it, the man who left his wife was with child. And years passing, wife gave birth after some time, little boy. She's raising him alone. Years passing, Saint keeps seeing that man is in fire. Some years pass. Then he looked again and he saw that man is suddenly in paradise. He says, this is unusual. How it can be? For 7 years he was in the fire, suddenly he is in paradise. So that night, with that question, he went to sleep. And he's asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ya Rabbi, what is your wisdom? You see, saints, they always ask. Always they're asking. It's the foolish murids like you and me, never asking. Like Lolo, never asking, never wanting to find out. But those ones, they're always asking. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then showed him. The man who passed, when he passed and his wife was pregnant, and after 7 years passed, the little boy grew up, and it was the first time that the little boy was in the presence of a hoja, a teacher, and that teacher was teaching that little boy how to say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. One. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. And Allah is saying to his friend, saying, and I swear, Allah is saying, by my own majesty and by my might, I will not punish the father of a son who is calling me by my name of Rahman and Rahim. So Allah pulled that one out from the fire and put him in paradise because of his son. That is these things that people in the old days, they were concentrating how to leave this world. They were not concentrating how to leave this world and to leave 1 million, 2 billion, $10 billion. We cannot say millions anymore because people are thinking billions. And every Hajj season I'm going to say this, how Shaykh Efendi in the Hajj in front of the Kaaba Sharif with his murids, kind of his murids, they are following him, following this Shaykh, following that Shaykh. And the murid is looking at the Kaaba and asking, crying, and Shaykh Efendi was looking at him and feeling so much impressed by this one, praying to his Lord. Later Shaykh Efendi asked, you are mashallah making dua. You were asking your Lord. He says, yes, Shaykh, I was asking Allah. He says, you were asking, mashallah. You were asking something? Yes, Shaykh, I was asking. I said, Ya Rabbi, please. I have only left $500,000 to my children. One child, I have 3, one $500,000, the other one $500,000, the other one. And I'm begging Allah to let me not pass this world until I left them 1 million each at least. That is what my prayer is. In front of the Kaaba in the Hajj season. And Shaykh Efendi got so upset and so disappointed and so sad. But people in the past, they were concerned about how they leave this world so that they don't leave a way open that fire is going to enter into their grave. They leave a way open that paradise will enter to that grave. They leave the books open. Things that they do that continuously, there's going to be blessings that will reach to them because they are in need. That's why they are running to do what? To feed poor people. They're running to do what? To make endowments, waqaf. They were not leaving their property to their children too, knowing that, I don't know my child. Today is like this. Tomorrow what's he going to do with the money? Let me leave to the waqaf, make it to an orphanage or a hospital or a school or this. This is how civilization rise because the people, they're taking care of each other. And they say, if I do that, then my book is open and every day good deeds will be given to me. I cannot do any good deeds. But raining rahmat continuously. They were busy with that. Today's people, they're not busy with that. Do you know why they're not busy with that? Because when the child raises up, first thing they teach the child is how to be busy with dunya. Last thing they're going to say to their child before they die is be busy with the dunya. Akhirat is for granted. Paradise is for granted. So, of course I'm going to paradise. Is a question ever? They're going to say. No fear. No fear from Allah. No fear to look. One wrong word that we've done can cancel everything. One wrong thing that we do. In the Hajj that you're going now, one wrong thing that you do, it may cancel everything. Are people fearing that? If they're fearing, they're going to be very careful. They're not fearing that. They take for granted. I cut the ticket. I'm going to the Hajj. Of course I'm going to be a Hajj. Of course everything is going to be acceptable. That's why they can turn the holy places into trash places. Holy places into what? Malls, into selfie stations, into what else? Social gatherings, into vacation spots. Third world vacation spot, I must say. Because one thing that Shaykh Efendi was very impressed when he came to America, so many wrong things in America, but so many right things. He's saying people, they take care of the things that are around them. Even if it doesn't belong to them, they take care of it. This is Islam. He says people here, they're living Islam without them knowing it. So he says he goes to public places, even state parks, vacation places. He says people, they don't just trash it. Oh, in Muslim countries, now number one, if they see it's clean, they're going to make it dirty. Because something has happened. They've left the teachings of Allah and His Prophet. They've left the meaning of the teachings. They're still outside, looks like it, but they lost it. They've become cold, they become dark. The sun is no longer shining there. The sun is shining somewhere else. Shining somewhere else. So what are we running to do in these days? So many are still running after the dunya. It may be our last chance. It may be our last chance. So no more fear of Allah. Saying Allah doesn't rule. We become, like I said, Nemruds. Not even Fir'auns, Nemruds. And Nemrud, Allah doesn't like. So these times, for us, what do we take? Take care of the things around you. Be very simple. Don't go for spiritual lessons. I'm teaching you very simple things. If very simple things you understand from the highest levels. Take care of your houses. Clean your houses. For the sake, now if you don't want to clean it for the sake of yourself, because you got so used to living like an animal, to be a garbage person, garbage everywhere, then say to yourself, for the sake of Zul Hijj, I'm going to clean my house. For the sake of Hajj, I'm going to clean my house. For the sake of Ashura, for the sake of holy days, and for the sake of Jummah, I'm going to clean, not because I want, or my husband wants, or my children. For the sake of Jummah, I'm going to do it. Even if I don't like it, I'm going to do it. See your life turning around that time. See how much faith is going to enter, how much understanding you're going to have, how much patience you're going to have. Things that could destroy you, it just touch you, just like that. Then you're going to understand how the mercy of Allah is reaching. So, you understanding a little bit? These days, be careful. So many things. I may speak later, inshallah. Because since usually people are very spoiled. We are going to speak to strangers. We're going to speak to people in the grave. They will listen hard that time. If you want, find me in the cemetery and find me among strangers. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Okay. What else do we have? What are you saying? Any questions? Say. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. No, Allah is not going to be upset. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, through a hadith of the Holy Prophet, because the Prophet says, ask help from your Lord. Even if your shoelaces, they break, ask help from Him. Okay? But to understand how that help is going to come, the one who's sitting down and just asking help. And then when the help is asking, say, no, I want help, not from this one. That one become the most foolish and the most lazy one. Just like one man, he was saying, I love Allah so much, I'm going to ask help only from Him. And one day he found himself drowning and he's asking help. And one boat came appearing out of nowhere to help him. And the man from the boat is saying, give me your hand, I will save you from drowning. He says, no, I ask help only from Allah, and only Allah is going to save me. The man drowned. He died, came into divine presence like this or that. He's saying to Allah, you didn't come, Ya Rabbi. Allah is saying, yes, I did, through that man. Why you didn't take his help? This is because man now has become very foolish and very childish. Very childish. They think the help is what? You think one hand is going to appear to you from the skies and going to pick you up? Then help will come in different ways. What? You think help is always going to come with one big hug and one nice, let's say, present? The help may come in different ways. Sometimes the help comes with a smack. And Shaykh Efendi says, what? Sometimes one smack is better than 1,000 words of advice. And advice, it is the biggest help. Sohbat, advice, because deen is nasihat. Nasihat, deen is nasihat. The religion is advice. Advice is the highest help. Prophets, they give advice. So you don't want to hear. Smack will come. The smack now, it is a bigger help than that nasihat. And you are going to wake up. So, you have been assigned a guide. Now, it doesn't mean, like we say, now the guide is going to hold you by the hand and say, my baby, I'm going to babysit you all your life. No. The aim of tariqat is for you to become a rijal, to become a man. To become responsible. Man meaning adult, man, woman. To be responsible. To be accountable, not to be a baby. Now, you cannot be spoiled in that way. If that one is saying, now, be careful when you're walking. Avoid this, this, and this. Now, you cannot, when you're walking there, every time you're walking there, say, please, please, hold my hand. Why? So that I can avoid this, this, and this. You say, we already told you to avoid it. Why I need to hold your hand? Now, it is not that you don't know. You're being arrogant and you're being stubborn. And you're being foolish. You have to come out from that, inshallah. So that time, you're going to stop. I know people who would bother our Shaykh so much, thinking that you have to consult him with everything. Like what? You have to consult him with what color I should be painting my house, blue or green. What should I have for dinner, chicken or fish, this or that. And of course, sometimes it is necessary because you don't want to color your house maybe pink or something, but you shouldn't even be asking for that color because you know what other colors the Shaykh would like. There's already help there. You don't need to ask fish or chicken because you already know what is necessary for you at that time. So you move from asking to hear to asking through the heart. And the answer, not through the tongue, to the ear, but to your heart. What is necessary, inshallah. That time you may find the answer will come to you before you even ask the question. Of course it's going to be. It's going to guide you. Because you are not going to question now your Shaykh or question Allah. You're going to question yourself. You're going to say, would Shaykh Efendi like this or this one? Is this better or is this better? Now you're always going to put your Shaykh in front. Not to text him all the time or to do this and this. So, may it be easy, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum. Okay. Anything else? Nothing. Wa min Allahu tawfiq, Fatiha. Assalamu alaikum. Close the curtains. Women can go. All right, 2 minutes. Tell her to go.